Hello everyone, my name is Michelle Moreus and I make art tutorials that are easy, fun, and accessible for everyone. Today we're going to make this holiday card. It's an easy tutorial, so even if you're just starting out, you should be able to make this in under a half hour. I've boiled it down to about 8 minutes. I actually finished this in about 10 minutes, not including drying time in between decorating. I've just traced out my tree. I've used a watercolor pencil so that it doesn't show like a regular pencil will. It'll kind of blend in with the watercolor. And we're going to be using the wet on wet technique. I have a beginning watercolor technique video, and I'll leave a link below in the description box. So basically we're going to just wet the whole entire area, and I'm going to go in with a bunch of different colors, some greens, some browns, some yellows, and the whole point of wet on wet is so that the colors kind of bleed together. So you'll see I'm putting down a bunch of different colors, and I'm just going to go into the next one. We're going to wet it and then put in our color and just let it bleed into one another. It gives a really cool effect when it's dry, and you'll see. You want to kind of put a good amount of color in, because when it dries, it will dry lighter than you're seeing as it's going on the paper. Please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of the latest content, and leave me a comment in the comment section below, and I will get back to you. If you're enjoying these tutorials, please give me a thumbs up, and you can find a link below for all the materials I've used today. Now when I drew this out, I drew the basic shape of a tree, and I left some spaces in between. And the reason why I did this is just because I didn't want it all to bleed together, and it looks kind of interesting when you get to the last step when we're going to go decorate. I find it helpful to pre-mix some colors on my palette before I start the project. This way everything's ready to go. When I wet the paper, I've got all my colors right there, and makes it nice and easy and thought out before you just dive into the project. I've done that before where I haven't planned it out, and then it takes a lot longer and can mess up that way. So this way you have everything right there in front of you, and you can see how it looks when it goes down. You can always pull it up with a tissue because it's the wet on wet technique. You can easily go in with a paper towel or a tissue and pick those colors up that that you don't like, or right there I made a mistake, so I'm going to go in with a tissue and just blot that up, bing bing, and all done. So you really can't mess up. This is kind of a foolproof, easy holiday card. Let me know in the comments section if you want to see more projects like this. I have a few more planned since it's the holiday season. Putting this out, it's December. But let me know what you'd like to see, and I'll get on that. So now we're almost done with this part. I'm just going to go in and I'm going to darken up some of the areas just to define and put a little more color down, because like I said, it will dry lighter than the colors you're putting down. I'm just going in, I'm going to add a little more darker hues in there, adding a little more green, mixing it up, and it starts to come together. And then we're going to let this dry after I'm done, and with the magic of video editing we'll come back in and we'll decorate. Now you can really embellish this. You can use some glitter or glitter glue. You could use some little jewels. I'm just going to use some paint pens. which I have already in my toolbox, and I'll show you how I do that in a minute. But we're just gonna darken things up, and then we'll let it dry, and then we will go in and quickly do our little decoration. I've left a little area in the upper right hand corner where you can write a little message for your card, Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, whatever you want to do. But you can do those with gel pens or paint pens, and it's really a nice custom holiday card, and anybody would love to get something handmade from someone they love. I think it's a really nice touch. I always do my birthday cards, and I make little watercolor birthday cards, and people love them, and they've put them in little frames and kept them. And I think it's really special when you can make something for someone homemade. It's makes it even better. Now at this stage in the game, you can leave it just like it is. It's all dry now. You can see it dried lighter than before. I'm going to go in, I'm going to put a nice gold border, and I'm just going along. I always tape my area off. I'm going to go in along the tape with a gold marker and make like a little border. I think it just makes it look a little extra special. You could see I messed up down below, but once I peel that tape off, it'll look just fine. I'm going to add a little star. We're going to add some Christmas balls and some garland, and we are done. Voila. When you peel your tape off, you'll see that nice border that we just made with the gold paint pen, and it's a special project. Thanks for joining me today, and please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest content, and give me a thumbs up, maybe leave me a comment, and I enjoyed spending this time with you. Thanks so much. I put out new tutorials every Thursday afternoon, so please be on the lookout for new content, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much.